Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome to another edition of the Live Ones. Happy September. It is Thursday the 1st, 2022. Happy kickoff to week one of college football. This is going to be a big show. We got a lot to cover. Let's get started with the headlines. The Broncos have locked in 33-year-old Russell Wilson to a massive contract extension. 5 years, $245 million, $165 million in guaranteed money. The extension pays Wilson, who has 2 years remaining on his previous deal, that he signed with the Seahawks, an average salary of $49 million a year. He is set to make $24 million this season, $27 million next year before the extension kicks in. Indisputably clear that the Broncos have gone all in. Wilson is now slated to be their quarterback through the 2028 season. Any other team, I would say they were reaching with this, but the Broncos, more than anyone else, understand the futility of not having a franchise quarterback. At least from their perspective, I think they've tried out 10, I think it is, quarterbacks since Peyton Manning retired. Even had a running back play quarterback for a while during COVID. Wilson definitely fits the bill. 113 wins as a starting quarterback, the most for any NFL player in his first 10 seasons. I'm not going to say it's a bad contract, but as with all mega deals that eat up so much salary cap, you now have to draft and trade really, really well going forward to build a team around him, because your ability to make moves in free agency is going to be really, really limited. Ask the Dallas Cowboys. The Cleveland Cavaliers have won the Donovan Mitchell sweepstakes. Breaking news right now, the Jazz are receiving Lauri Markkanen, Achi Agabachi, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, Colin Sexton, and Cleveland's unprotected first-round picks in 2025, 2027, and 2029, as well as pick swaps in 2026 and 2028. Unsurprising that he got moved. The Jazz have absolutely committed to a rebuild that they started when they traded away Rudy Gobert for 5 first-round picks. Utah now has 13 unprotected or lightly protected picks through 2029. It's going to be a while before there's meaningful basketball in Utah again. Meanwhile, put Knicks fans on suicide watch, man. They really, really, really wanted Mitchell. They had all but pre-ordered the jersey. Sorry, not sorry, New York. That was a nice little bit of hope there that you had for about a year and a half. Another losing day yesterday. Unfortunately, the Tigers looked great in the first 2 innings, but couldn't get that 4th run across the plate. The A's Nationals under looked fantastic right up until the bottom of the 5th, when the A's just melted down on defense. A walk, an error, a single, an RBI, and a 2-run homer turned our 1-0 game into 4-1 through the first 5. We're going to get it back today. We've got week 1 of college football and another slate of baseball to go over. Let's get right to it. And we are going to start in the world of college football. I'm so happy it's back. Pitt versus West Virginia. The backyard brawl is back. Pitt has they're starting a new era with Keaton Slovis at their quarterback, who, if you watch my ACC preview video, you heard me detail how he has the potential to be an even bigger weapon on offense than Kenny Pickett was. Pitt brings back its entire offensive line, top 3 running backs. Their best wide receiver from last year is gone, but it does return its second best in Jared Wayne, and one of the best tight ends in the ACC in Gavin Bartholomew. West Virginia, as I also detailed in my Big 12 preview, was a subpar team in 2021 that got absolutely gutted on both sides of the ball. They have a new quarterback who was admittedly a great get in JT Daniels, who started a lot of games for defending national champion Georgia last year. The problem is he's got no weapons. Top running back, Letty Brown, top receiver, Winston Wright, they're both gone. Defensively, Pitt brings back its entire starting defensive line, which was absolutely phenomenal last year, even if the secondary did get torched on the regular. The Mountaineers just don't have anywhere near as much as the Panthers do in this game. It's a really bad mismatch. The game's in Pittsburgh. I can't believe the Panthers are only a touchdown favorite. I think they're going to win by double digits. Take Pitt, lay in the 7 points. Over to New Mexico State versus Minnesota. Minnesota was one of the classic ultimate auto under teams in college football last year, with one of the most stout defenses in the country, plus a classic PJ Fleck offense that ran the ball almost 3 times as often as it passed it. It was almost a guarantee that you were getting totals in the low 40s or high 30s every game. This week, they get the Hobo College. The will play Power 5 teams for money, walking grift machine that is the New Mexico State Aggies. We saw the Aggies in action last week against Nevada, doing what they do best, standing there on the field, being tackle dummies, and not moving the ball even a little bit. The Aggies mustered a whole 12 points off of a safety, 1 touchdown, and a field goal off a Nevada team whose defense was mediocre before Jay Norvell bolted and took a lot of transfers with him. Minnesota was an incredible defense all of 2021, but almost all their starters this year are brand new. I'm thinking maybe that lets the Aggies move the ball just enough to kill a lot of clock. I don't know. This would be a high total for this matchup, even not taking that into consideration. The Gophers aren't a team that ever really scores a whole lot of points, and the Aggies can barely rightfully call themselves a football team. So give me the under 55.5 points tonight on that game. Over to baseball, it's a very short slate tonight as a lot of teams travel for weekend series. There are only 4 games happening in the evening hours tonight. The one that I'm looking at is actually a player prop more so than an edge. It's the Orioles-Guardians game, and I'm taking a look at Shane Bieber's strikeout prop of 6.5. Shane Bieber's having a perfectly fine season that's been getting better here in the back half of the year. He's scattered just 7 earned runs over 40 and a third innings pitched in his last 6 starts for an ERA of 1.56. He's going deep into games, and that's been letting him kick the strikeouts up a notch. He's amassed 43 strikeouts in those 6 starts, over 7 a game on average. He's facing an Orioles lineup tonight that, for all the team's successes, and they have had a very impressive year, is still relatively weak at the plate. They're bottom 10 in nearly every offensive category. The last time Bieber took on the Orioles, he did manage to strike out 11 batters in just 98 pitches. I think this is going to be another productive night for him. He should have no trouble holding the pace that he's been on this last month. So give me Shane Bieber over 6.5 strikeouts. Third and final play for the night. Everyone bet safe, stay safe. Follow us on Twitter at Live1Sports. Check us out on Roku and Fire TV at the Live Ones. Have yourselves a great Thursday night. Headed into your Labor Day weekend, folks. Week 1 of college football is going to be epic. I will see you tomorrow.